This video was supposed to be titled Why People Think Malays Are Racist, but something very interesting just happened which has made me decide to talk about something very different. Let's talk about the disappearance of Tanah Malaya. So poops, just yesterday, there was a post on the Facebook group Tanah Malaya that I talked about a little bit on the Ryan Selva video. If you don't know what's Tanah Malaya, it's basically the group of a certain Tamim Dahri whom you may remember from the Binaan Haram drama kerfuffle with his friends Zamri Vinoth and Firdaus Wong. He's also the guy who got detained by the police after destroying a Hindu temple that was on some landowner's land that apparently the said landowner filed a complaint about, only to receive a response that he should do something about it himself, after which Tamim allegedly went to help. Okay, fine, fair enough. That's the kind of thing that keeps the whole story going, that it's all about menghentikan pencerobohan tanah, mempertahankan kedaulatan Malaysia, and the kind of thing that makes thousands of people support the guy when his group was allegedly blocked. Why? Well, Tamim wants you to believe that it is because of this picture right here. Apparently, our man went and offended Big Daddy Fahmi Fadzil, Minister of Communications, and Fahmi, instead of going against Penceroboh, has decided to go against the people fighting for justice. Yeah, okay. But anyway, so you understand their logic. We are on the right side of history. Kami bukan racist. Kind of like the way Mazuk Shari says we are not racist. While, by the way, claiming that Malaysia is going to be like Palestine. Remember how I told you that I wanted to make a video titled Why People Think Malays Are Racist? Yeah, it has everything to do with Tanah Malaya. Just yesterday, as of the time of filming actually, I made this little post about, oh, guess what? Tanah Malaya. And what does it say? It says, hey, I changed where I vote from Kelantan to Shah Alam. The rules for voting in the next PRU, vote only for Malay candidates, vote Malay for Malay, stop Malay votes for kafir, meaning alleged K-words or type Cs, and don't vote for Malay candidates from Chinese and Indian parties, aka the barua Malay. Wow. Now, of course, maybe people like Tamim would then say, come on, that is fringe. Itu bukannya kami. It doesn't represent us at all. But if you actually look at the number of likes and engagements right here, that is 8.6k likes, 1.2k comments, and 468 shares. So, wow. You know, when you have groups like Tanah Malaya, where everybody is just trying to say that they are not racist, kami bukan racist, and all that sort of thing right there, you know, it's not very convincing when one of your very most popular posts of all time is literally going out there and using slurs like the K-word and type C. Unironically, and it becomes actually popular and shared to the entire country. Do you know how many thousands of people would have actually received this and reacted? And right now, you're saying that this is not racism in action? Bro, we were not born yesterday. Come on. So frankly, I don't think you need to go out there and post a picture of Fahmi Fadzil, dude. Cause like, the reason that your group got removed doesn't need to be Fahmi Fadzil. It can actually just be the extremely racist, extremely popular post that was posted in your group that is basically inciting people to end up calling people who follow different political beliefs from you barua, while at the same time normalizing this idea that if you're Chinese, then you can be called type C. If you're Indian, then you can be called type K. Bro, this Tanah Malaya was a cesspool of racism. Just from that one post, you could already see all of these people going out there and insulting people using 3R in such a way that was literally being spread out to the entire country. And that's so much more obvious as a reason as to why it is that your group got shut down. So bro, if you're gonna say that it was because of a picture of Fahmi Fadzil, therefore you were shut down, that is a supreme act of gaslighting. I mean, how do you know that for sure? Is that just something that you want to tell your followers? And you hope that they are going to support you, even though that is an assertion that you cannot actually back up with evidence, or do not want to actually back up with evidence? Well, since we want to play that game, there you have it, another interpretation, which is that your group was blocked not because of this, or whatever it is that you want to claim for your self-serving narrative, but instead because there were posts one after another exactly like the one that this so-called Aurora Noor woman was casually sharing out into the internet, dividing up our society and breaking it apart. Now, I don't go on the Tanah Malaya group regularly enough to know that this is like representative or an everyday thing, but I'm just saying that this is a very valid reason as to why it is that your Tanah Malaya could have been made to disappear. It's not because anybody is a barua. It's not because you're a hero. It's because whether you knew it or not, I would imagine it would be kind of hard for you to not know. But you were facilitating this kind of behavior. And now here your friends are just casually crying about it, writing mockery after mockery, one after another. And it just kind of makes you wonder at this point, like, is there going to be a point at which Fahmi Fadzil decides to sue this guy? And if he does choose to sue this guy, then like, are all of these people going to go out there and just casually say, ooh, Tamim, you're a hero? It just raises interesting question after interesting question, which of course we don't really have an answer to right here. And I suspect that a lot of these people don't actually care about because they aren't really interested in the truth, and they would rather entertain either this gaslighting or this politically motivated, convenient narrative that they can use in order to cast aspersions and to basically undermine the country. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder at this point, like, does it have something to do with this idea of a complot to bring down the government or to sabotage the stability of the country? I mean, well, if you look at the post that this so-called Aurora Noor woman went ahead and made, it kind of makes you wonder at this point. But yeah, one thing I can definitely say does bring instability is having groups like these where people are just casually spreading out racist narratives one after another that make it so that people end up having a very valid reason to believe that since thousands of people are supporting this sort of thing and apparently the admin decided to post about Fahmi and not actually address the issue right there. But what do you think, Sapoops? Am I completely wrong? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all I'll say about that, and bye.